Hey guys, today I have a little breathing exercise for you. It's a variation on the breathing exercise known as square breathing. So in square breathing, you break your breath down into four parts. You have your inhale, your space between your inhale and your exhale. You have your exhale, and then you have the space between the exhale and the next in-breath. Four parts. So square breathing means that you will count an even number for each of those four parts. Typically, we'll do like a 4, 4, 4, and 4. Now that's a great breathing exercise, and it's a good mental focus exercise. The idea is that you need to count and keep up with all the counting, which will challenge your mind for staying focused on one thing, the counting, and not wandering, as our minds tend to do when we do meditation. So I'm going to have a variation from that today. It's going to be a 4-second inhale, a 7-second hold between the inhale and the exhale, and then an 8-second exhale. So a good long, slow exhale. And then the space between that exhale and the next inhale is just what feels natural. So for me, it typically is about maybe a second or two, and I don't really even count that. I just let it happen naturally. I'm going to lead you through this here, and so that I can do the breathing, I'm going to signal what I'm doing with my hands. So the in-breath, the inhale is going to be an upwards with the hands. Then we're going to hold the space between the inhale and the exhale, and then we're going to exhale down. And then I'm just going to leave the space between the exhale and the next inhale alone with my hands, and then just signal as I'm coming back up. So this is different for everyone, what you're used to, what you're capable of in your breathing. And ideally, this shouldn't be really strenuous. So it might be that this duration that we're holding and exhaling is a little bit difficult for you. So you can modify when you practice this on your own, which I hope you do. You can modify how long you hold. You can modify any of the numbers, but this is the one I've been doing lately, and I find it really feels great. Sometimes I'll do this counted breathing when my mind is a little bit more busy and I'm trying to get into that meditative, relaxed, parasympathetic state. And I'm finding it a little hard just doing like a simple meditation where I can quiet down. So I'll get into this counted breathing, and this counted breathing helps me to focus my mental state into one thing, which is the counting. It helps to slow everything down through the deep breathing. So let's go through this, and anywhere from a couple minutes of this to as long as you want 30 minutes is great, but don't feel like you have to do it for a long period to get the benefit. So sometimes even during your day, just a couple minutes of this is great. So you can do it in sitting, standing, lying, whatever you want. I'm going to do it in sitting here, which is the way I typically do this one. And I'm just going to tune into my body before I get started. I'm going to get a nice erect posture, but totally relaxed. So I'm sitting on my sits bones. I'm letting my low back relax. I'm not sitting too arched in the back with my chest out. I'm letting everything settle down. But I'm visualizing this lifting of the crown of the head, and what that will cause is a little bit of the drawing of the chin into the throat. And I'm always making sure I'm keeping my shoulders relaxed, my mouth, jaw, neck totally relaxed. Now I want to do the breathing in and out of the nose, which I think is your ideal. If that's difficult, you come in your nose and you go out of your mouth. But do the best to always draw the breath through the nose. All right, so as we slow down, when we start to tune into our body, feel that breath in your belly for a couple inhalations. Envision this lifting of the top of the head. Not too physical, more of a mental lifting. Nice straight up and down erect spine. Relax the shoulders. Let the jaw and the neck and head relax. Allow your mouth to be closed. And now we're going to get into this breathing. I'm going to signal with my hands. I'm going to be counting in my head. And this is typically how I'll do it. So that was just, I think, 6 breaths. And when you do it that way, you can tell, as you can see, that the breath, the full cycle of an inhale and exhale takes a while. So in a minute, you're only doing a couple breaths, maybe more than 2, but that's just a handful of breaths. And so when I'm inhaling on the 4 count, I'm trying to take in as much air as I can without struggling or straining. And then when I'm exhaling, I'm trying to time that exhale to let all that air out of my lungs and even push the remainder of the air out, maybe from the bottom of the lungs, get all that out, right? So that really helps you push out all the CO2 in your lungs. So anyways, that is a nice little breathing technique and mental focus exercise that I suggest trying on your own. You know, even something like I'm going to do 10 of these breaths is a good goal. You know, 10 of them you can get done within 3-4 minutes easily, and it'll do more than you think. So anytime you're in your day, especially if your mind is all over the place like most of ours are, busy, see if you can challenge yourself to stay focused on that counting, stay focused, connected to your breath. All right, hope you enjoy it. Thank you.